Evening everybody, how you doing? It's the New Year's 2020. I thought I would just make a little video just thinking about what I've actually done this year, where I'd hope to be, what I'm planning on doing this year, the sort of mod goals I suppose for the year, and how I got on last year. But yeah, you'll have to excuse me if my throat's a little bit, if I sound a little bit funny. I've been a little bit ill for the last week or so. But yeah, I'm actually still off work. I'm going back this coming Monday, so fingers crossed everything will be back to normal again. I had a real busy New Year, well not New Year so much, but Christmas and whatnot, with family and things like that. So getting back into a normal routine, hopefully I'll be able to make a few more videos again. And all that sort of stuff, so that'll be alright. Just trying to get back on track with stuff again, which is good. So yeah, I was just sort of looking back at all my... I didn't really have any specific goals for last year as such. I had a couple of things I wanted to get done. Basically, all the few goals I did have, I'm just slightly behind where I wanted everything to be. So that's a bit of a... It's not a problem, it's not a pain as such, but it would have been nice to be slightly further ahead. For instance, I had hoped to actually get my ears up to 3" before the end of this year. And as I mentioned before, I have got the jewellery on the way, so that's not going to be... It's not going to be long. And like with the conches, for example, I mean, obviously this is the bigger one. This is the 17mm one. You can see it's settled down really well. All the swelling and all the little scar tissue and whatnot is all gone. Don't know how well you can see it, but hopefully you can see it right. And obviously I had hoped to get them both up to 17 before the end of the year, but obviously that's not quite happened. A couple of weeks time, about 2 weeks time, I'll be popping to 17 in this one and giving this here a go. So they will be even in the very near future. So I've got some animals in here at the moment. And yeah, obviously it was a shame that I had to take my bridge out this year. But again, I will be getting that re-pierced. I definitely will be getting it redone at some point in the semi-near future. Oh, there's a pheasant just landed in my back garden. In the semi-near future, I will aim to get that redone. And I think I have mentioned I've actually considered getting 2. But we'll see. We'll see exactly what happens and when that happens. And as far as the tattoos go, again, I'm slightly further behind. I had hoped, as I mentioned before, I had hoped to get both forearms completed. But on the flip side, we hadn't planned on doing all this. So sort of a bit of give and take on that one. I'm a little bit further forwards on this arm, but not completely where I wanted to be, if that makes sense. And then obviously the big thing is my nose. Literally the big thing is my nose. It's 29 and it seems like it's finally at 29mm to stay, which is really nice. I'm really pleased about that. I was looking back on my Instagram and the kitten's going a bit crazy. If she comes over here, I'll show you how big she's got. She's enormous. But yeah, I was actually looking back at the handful of pictures I have on my Instagram, and yeah, there was a picture from August, not this August, the August the year before, but the little caption, or whatever you want to call it, said 3rd attempt at 29mm. So I've been trying to get it to 29 for at least a year and a half. Probably, I'm guessing probably closer to 2 years, judging by that particular comment. And it's finally here. I'm very pleased about it. It's still a little bit tender. It's just a little bit tender up in the top here. I don't think you can see any redness or anything like that. But just where the jewellery rests on the top, on the inside of my nostrils, a little bit tender. And it's a tiny bit swollen and puffy just up there. But yeah, I've actually had it in at this size for... Let me think. Well, over a week. Might even be close to 2 weeks now that it's been constantly at this size without having to shrink it down or anything. I have been leaving it in most nights just so it doesn't shrink down overnight. And I'll probably be continuing to do that for another couple of weeks until it gets a bit more settled in and set at this size. Now that I'm feeling that it keeps moving. It's definitely a little bit tender, but nothing to worry about. I just have to keep spinning it back that way because I have it shifting over that way after every fresh stretch. But yeah, so overall very pleased with what I've actually accomplished, and like I say, I'm definitely happy that this is finally actually at 29. I was I was hoping to have this at 30 by the end of this 2019. And obviously, again, I've just missed that. It seems like all of my little goals that I had, I just missed. So, that's unfortunate. Oh, there's a kitten. If you want to talk about things getting bigger, check this out. It's so big. She's huge. She's all of about 4 months old still at the moment. And she's getting so big already. But then, that part of that is just because I'm so used to having my other cat, who is super tiny. This thing is almost as big as my other cat already. You won't go down, don't you? So yeah, that's that. Anyway, she's wandering off to annoy my other animals now. But yeah, so going into 2020, I'm hoping to, first of all, hoping to pretty much stretch everything. I've given myself some rough goals I want to try and reach by the end of the year. As always, nothing's ever set in stone. If it happens, it happens. If I... Kitten's attacking something. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. It's no big deal. It's not like I've only got 1 year left to live or something daft like that. So I'm hoping by the end of this year, like I say, I will hopefully have something done with my bridge. Possibly re-pierced, possibly double pierced, something like that. I'm hoping to finally get my septum at 30. But having said that, the amount of time it's taken to actually get it to stick at this size, it wouldn't surprise me if it takes another 2 years just to get up another millimetre, which is just crazy. But we'll see. We'll see what happens with that. Excuse me, I'm still a little bit run down. But yeah, we'll have to see exactly what happens with that. But I'm sure I will have it at 30 at some point during the year. Whether or not it stays at 30, or if I have to keep going up and down 100 times again, we'll see. We'll see what happens. But I am definitely very happy to be so close to my goal. And yeah, with the conchas, obviously this one will be up to 17 within a couple of weeks' time, which is nice. And then I can actually wear tunnels in both of them. I actually really love the look of tunnels in conchas. I'm really pleased I went the tunnel route. It's been a long time since I have worn tunnels. If you can see, just about see a finger through there. But yeah, I'm very, very pleased about that. And I will probably attempt to stretch them both at least once more. I'm going to give them a good 6 months. 6 months or so, 5, 6, 7 months, something like that, in between the stretches. So this one probably just before summer I'll retry, and then I'll try this one obviously a little bit after. Kittens is back again. So touch wood, they will be at least 18 by the end of the year. If everything goes 100% perfectly, I might even be able to get them up to 19. I'm still umming and ahhing exactly what size I'm going to rest them at, because I did mention before I will get them to a certain size and then I'll stop for maybe literally like 2 years, something like that, just to give them a nice long break, just let them chill out and settle down. Might even buy myself a couple of nice fancy pieces of jewellery, like some sort of stone or something. I'll have to have a proper think about that when I actually get there. But yeah, I've considered, keep changing my mind back and forward between sort of 20 and 22mm and something like that. Either way, it won't be this year. It might be the next year, it might be the year after. So it's still quite a way away before I actually stop stretching them anyway. But if I can get them both to 18mm by the end of this year, that'd be great. If I can get them both to 19, then that'd be fantastic. But as I say, I'm not holding my breath for that. We'll just play it by ear, so to speak, see how it goes. And yeah, the lobes, obviously. I have the 3-inch pieces on the way already. And, oh yeah, something else I actually wanted to show. I was really surprised. I've always had a small crease here, as you can see. It was an old scar from where I had blowouts when they were very, very small. And something I just noticed the other day, the actual crease itself is almost completely gone now. I have no idea why that's happened, but it's certainly not a bad thing. But yeah, anyway. So yeah, as far as the actual lobes themselves go, I'm going to be aiming for, I say they'll be 3-inch literally within a month or so, provided the jewellery turns up. Hello, madam. My day has come to see me. It should be 3-inch, let's say within a month or so's time, which is 76.5mm or something like that. I'll probably try and stretch them another couple of times, maybe 2 or 3 times during the year. I would like to get them somewhere around the 80 to 82mm mark, which is obviously just a little bit over 3 inches, sort of just over, somewhere between 3 inch and 3 1/4 inch, somewhere around that mark. That's what I'm going to try and aim for by the end of this year. But again, that depends on so much, depends on if they get damaged at all, depends on all sorts of things, everything from weather to any money I actually need in order to actually buy the jewellery or make the jewellery, which I suppose is something else mod related that I do plan on doing this year. As I've mentioned before, I'm now 100% dead set on actually getting it all done, and not getting it all done, it's getting properly set up so I can actually start producing my own jewellery, just for myself initially. Unless anybody wants any free jewellery so I can practice, then let me know. But no, it'll just be for myself to start with. Pheasant's back. Strange. It'll literally just be for myself to start with, just to practice, and it will really help. Even if every 3 months I make a pair of jewellery, make a pair of earrings that are literally another millimetre or so bigger. But then by the end of this year I should be on the plus side of 80mm, so that's something at least. So that's good, that'll be good. And tattoo wise, I basically hope to have both of my arms completely finished. So the idea will be continuing on solid black on the outside, probably up around the shoulders solid black, and then on the inside of both arms be as I mentioned before, just a similar pattern to this. And then again, obviously solid black on the outside up to the shoulders. And that'll be, yeah, that'll be my tattoo plans for that. And one other thing may or may not happen this year. Anna actually just recently, because she's quite into mods and things as well, she recently messaged, I can see if I can pronounce his name right, Chai Tatum, I think that's how you pronounce his name, in, I believe he's in Sweden, I believe he's situated in Sweden. He's quite a well-known mod artist. Even if I pronounce his name wrong, people will probably understand who I'm talking about. But yeah, so Anna actually messaged him just recently. Someone driving past outside. But Anna messaged him just recently, inquiring about, she wants to get some subdermal implants in her arms. She wants, I can't remember where she said, she did tell me, but she basically wanted little hearts implanted in her arms. I think she said on the outside, I can't remember exactly. But so I've also spoken or messaged him myself, asking about possibly getting a transscrotal done. I don't know what that was. Getting a transscrotal done, which is something I've wanted for a long time. But I've always been too much of a wuss to actually get on and do it, because it's obviously a particularly unpleasant procedure. But if Anna's going to go do this anyway, I might see if I can book that in with him at the same time. And then the two of us, we can have a little holiday up there, maybe like a week up there in Sweden. And she'll get some work done, I'll get some work done, and then yeah, it'll be good. So that's very much in the ifs and maybes at the moment. Obviously, we've still got to wait to hear back from him, and then we've got to try and book time off and all that sort of stuff. But we'll fingers crossed it'll be this year. If not, maybe next year, 2021. Oh, kitten's biting my toes. But yeah, if not, it'll be in the short-ish term foreseeable future at least. That's one good thing. So that's something good at least. But yeah, I think that's pretty much everything. Oh, of course, nostril piercings. How could I forget that? Yeah, nostril piercings. I will be, I don't know, because I've had so much time off work this month, I don't know when exactly I will, I don't know when exactly I'll have the money to do it, but fingers crossed within a month or two I will get my nostrils pierced at last. I'll be starting them at a very low gauge, probably like a 14 gauge, maybe even a 16 gauge. I'll see how I feel at the time. I just prefer the idea of starting really small and gradually stretching them up over years and years. Same with all my other piercings. it's just the way I like to do it. I like to start small and then gradually get bigger over time. So, fingers crossed, if I get them pierced within the next month or so, or the next 2 months, I will hopefully be able to start stretching them maybe the end of summertime, getting into winter, and fingers crossed get just 1 or 2 little stretches in this year. So who knows, maybe I'll have some super tiny little, like 3mm tunnels or something in my nostrils by the end of this year. But that's all something to come, something to look forward to. And I think that's pretty much it. I can't think of anything else offhand. I think that's pretty much everything. I say nothing massively exciting. The trip to Sweden would be quite nice. That'd be something quite interesting. And I'll talk a little bit more about that once we actually have a bit more information about it. And obviously it'll be quite good fun when I finally get everything sorted out. Sorry, my kitten's gone a bit loopy again. I think she's seen a bug or something on the other side of the window. Anyway, yeah, obviously, they're sort of mod related, hopefully starting to make my own jewellery as well. So that'd be good fun. That's something else to look forward to, something else to sort of dedicate some time towards and put some effort into actually getting good and creating something. So yeah, that'd be a bit of fun as well, all stuff to look forward to. Anyway, I hope everyone's had a good New Year's, and if you've got any of your own mod goals for 2020, please let me know. I always enjoy talking to people about their own personal little mod ideas and things they want to do and their own experiences. So yeah, if you got any specific plans for this year. There's a really weird noise, I don't know what the hell that is. If you got any specific plans for this year, anything you're hoping to get done, or anything you got booked in, then let me know. I always enjoy hearing about other people's mod plans as well. So yeah, Happy New Year's. I will try and get another video up soon. I will make the hands part of my tattoo plans video. I will do that in the near future, get that sorted out and uploaded. So yeah, been talking for like 17 minutes now, so I'll say goodbye. Thank you for sticking with me through this. I'm gonna go investigate what the hell that noise is. It's good to speak to you again, and Happy New Year's and all that, and ta-ra, and see you again soon.